All right, today we got a special topic. Okay, we're going to talk about how to make more money. It's crazy. We're going to talk about how to make more money, okay, from the work that we're already doing. Okay, you guys follow me so far. How to make more money from the same work. I would recommend doing more work and making more money, but these topics, these strategies, this focus, how about that? This focal point should well, actually, I've made more money using it personally. So up to you. You don't have to, okay? But if you're brand new, highly encourage that you pay attention right now, okay? A lot of folks, once they first get in here, right, Tyler? Can y'all see my screen? Y'all can see this. Thumbs up. Sick tricks. A lot of people come in here and they say, man, I thought I was starting at 80%. Why the hell did I get paid 62.5% on this? This math ain't adding up, Tyler. This math ain't adding up. You know how many times I hear that on a daily? It's crazy, right? You're at an 80% contract level with symmetry, okay? But the carriers, they pay different per product. So if you want to get paid the like top comp, that means more money for the same work. That's what that means. Top comp means most you can make in that arena. These are the products that you want to steer towards, okay? Right? So you got the Beyond term with Banner Life. And I'm going to show you guys how to get to these. It's going to be crazy how we get there. It might blow your mind. It's actually kind of complicated. You got to hit some buttons, but I'm going to show you guys how to get there, okay? But the Beyond term, now they do not have a whole life product because this is called a term, right? So if you got young, healthy people, um, it's normally the route that you're going to go. Okay. The easy track, another term with SBLI. Okay. I prefer Banner because, and solely because they have more living benefits. The application is about 10 years longer than SBLI. I will say that. And it might be $5 more with Banner. But for me, I love Banner Life. I do. I don't like their compensation reports because I don't understand it. I have to send emails of like, hey, what the hell does this mean? Okay, but you can just send the same email. They pay well, they pay pretty quickly. And if you get somebody declined, but there's question marks, you can get it reversed. SBLI, they're not even going to look at it. They won't even answer your call, but Banner Life will. Okay. So there you go. So ideal market, I'm going to say, I think from 100,000 to $2 million in coverage, somewhere between a 15, 20, 30, 40 year term. You're going to get paid the most from 20 to 40 years. I've never written a 40-year term, so let's just say 20 to 30. A 20-year term plus will pay you full comp. 15 years and less will pay you less comp. How much less comp? I'll show you how to look at that here in just a second. You guys still follow me? Okay, we're going over some nuts and bolts. We'll go over some strategies here in a second. Just bear with me. Okay, this was requested by a guy that makes a good bit of money. Um, and he wants you guys to like the question and for any of you leaders out there, the questions that you get over and over and over and over and over again, like send me a message with it. Okay. We can go over it on this call and then you can just send them the recording from YouTube in the future when they ask you the same question. Again, guys following. Hope so. So, final expense. What is final expense? The same thing as whole life. This is great for your senior market, the ones that are towards the third and a half, fourth quarter, maybe even in overtime. They've been around for a while. Okay. How old? 50 plus. For most carriers, they're going to only give you coverage 50 plus. Notice the secured future preferred here. Fit for healthier clients age 50 to 85. I will say I don't write that product very often. Okay, they are not lenient. I'm not gonna lie. It is for healthier clients, not the ones. Oh, I ain't got nothing wrong with me. That's called a liar. There's something wrong with them. Okay, dig deeper, but we'll get into that here in a second. Um, I love this UHL product here. Not available in North Carolina. Well, it is available through North Carolina, but you have to write it through United Home Life's website. But UHL pays 5 points less than full comp. Okay, if all the business that you were writing with Americo or Transamerica, which I love Transamerica as well, Mutual of Omaha, if you were to write all that business with UHL, not saying that you could, okay, but you would make if you're writing 15 grand a month, I would say you're probably making an extra $1,000. Okay. Like the comp is significantly higher. All right. And they've got from ages 20 to 80, they have something that everybody can get approved for just about. It's a one-stop shop. If you master UHL, like you don't really have to master a whole lot of other products. Okay. So how about infinite banking? All right. Throw a five in the chat if throw a five in the chat if you're an SME. I don't have my chat pulled up, so let me. All right, so we got one. Perfect. So we got one, right? 2.5. James, that means zero. That means not. That's not a five. Only need fives. Okay. Okay, JB, right? You want to lose your chat hosting privileges? Okay, so we've got Daniel and Adam. Okay. So everybody else, I'm not saying you can't write this product. I'm just saying shouldn't really be selling infinite banking. You should get an infinite banking client on the phone with somebody that does sell it. That is like right now, Adam, I don't know if you've got service where you're at because I was at where you're at now a couple of weeks ago. But how much training do you have to do to become an SME?
Um, it's an advanced market boot camp. Can you hear me?
Barely. Turn your camera off.
Gotcha. So, advanced market boot camps is the last section of it. The beginning of it is training in LMS. There's probably a long weekend with some coffee on those trainings. You just got to sit down and do it. You get through those, and then you can go to the boot camp and get certified.
Thank you, sir. Um, I want to be very, very clear with everyone on the call. How many do we have on the call? 14, 15? I don't know how many we have. I can only see me and four others. If you don't know how to sell, you can become an SME if you'd like to, but I will not be sending you any clients. I want to be clear, okay? If you don't know how to sell, like I'm not trying to be rude. I'm trying to be incredibly real with you. Yes, you can make more money per deal on like an annuity. You could call it a higher ticket item, sure, if that's what you'd like to do. Okay. But if you can't sell paper towels, you can't sell yachts. You follow me? Like maybe you can, but you're going to have a lot more reps selling mortgage protection than you ever will selling $2 million annuities. Does that make sense? So I recommend everyone, whether you've been in sales for 30 minutes or 30 years, to start with something that's very simple, like mortgage protection or final expense. And then if you want to broaden your portfolio, like Daniel has, like Daniel's been in sales for 20 years probably. I don't even know how old Daniel is. Um, Freaking wicked smart though. He's wicked good at sales as well. He's taking Jordan Belford's like $25,000 course. Like the guy knows sales, he knows people. I'd throw him clients. You bet your ass I would. Right? Same with Adam. Adam understands people to a degree that I don't even understand how he understands it. Okay? He's been in the military helping people with psychology and all that shit for forever. He's got more majors than I make phone calls on a weekly basis. It's crazy, okay? The amount of degrees this guy has, right? He's certified. Um, but it pays well. Okay, let's get back on topic here. Might have lost some people. If y'all want to, real quick, let's do an exercise. We haven't done this one in a while. Raise your right hand, everybody. Raise your right hand. Okay, a little bit higher. I want you to grab your left ear. Okay, left ear. And I'm only doing this so that the stuff that I'm saying doesn't go in one ear and out the other. Following? Got to pay attention. Okay, if you call your mentor this after it, they're not going to answer your phone call anymore. I promise you they won't, or I wouldn't at least. And then there's quantum. Okay, this is an IUL. You can structure this for retirement or you can structure this um, for like a permanent life insurance policy, basically. Okay, I do both of those. I love quantum. It's probably my favorite product on the market. Okay, and it pays much better than Americo's, Mutual of Omaha's, Transamerica's. It pays better. Okay, that's not why I like it, but I think that it is better. It is a better product in my professional, unsolicited opinion, but it also pays well. Like it pays better. Okay, it doesn't pay at 80%, but I think it pays like 15 or 20 points less. But it's weird. See, I mean, I don't know if you've experienced this yet, but every time that I write that product, because I wrote five last month, I get paid a 10% bonus for whatever the face amount is from Quility. Like they just keep paying me. I don't know. It's like I get the rippling announcements like you got paid, you got paid, you got paid. It sends me more emails than America does at this point, which they send me one every day. So I don't know if you guys want to experience that, okay? But quantum is the answer. Now, question is, how do you find like how do you get to these products here? How do you get to them? A lot of people are curious. How the hell do we get to these top paying comp products? Right? How do we know if they get approved for them? Okay, you guys ready? You guys see me? Can we still see the screen? Trying to bring a little bit of energy on a Monday when we're talking about some stuff that's not like very energetic. But you would think that there'd be higher energy but I can't see everybody either, you know. So people might be like hooray, I don't know, I can't see anybody. So you hit Navigator here, see man, you hit Navigator. It's just wild. Okay, this is wild. I'm pretty sure this is in Summit. Okay, almost positive. I only know that because I did not help Sean at all her first week. She wrote 8 grand and did everything through Navigator. It's crazy. Got everybody approved too. It's wild. You know, it's wild. It's crazy. All right, so you hit quote apply, hit it again, create new. Okay, let's just do Simeon, you're about to be a dad, so I'll write some more insurance on you today. I'll call you after lunch. Okay, 0101, let's say you're a little bit older. Let's say 1950, male, create. All right, now here's the crazy thing, because people are like, where should I go for who? Okay. Now, this part here is very important. Okay. How do we get more people approved for coverage? All right. So now we've got to come to the realization of do we write a term? Do we write a final expense or do we write an IUL? So if I'm on the phone with somebody, Tyler, and I'm running a mortgage protection appointment and I'm going through their health information and I'm going to start asking them some questions, but I don't know which questions to ask yet because I don't. What do I ask them? Hey, do you guys want term, final expense, or IUL? Do I ask my client that? Please don't. Don't ask that. Okay, that's our job. We're professionals, and I'm going to show you guys real quick. Okay, how do you how do you dictate? How do you determine? There's the word determine. Lost it for a second. Eric Schmidt. But how do we determine which route to go with who? It's good questions here. Okay. Tyler, could you talk about conservative underwriting for just a second?
Yeah, biggest thing is, we got to get people approved, right? You got to get them approved, and it's hard to pivot when you show somebody a $200,000 policy for 200 bucks, and then we're going from 200,000 for $200 to 25,000 for $200, right? So you got to be. I've always written very conservatively when it comes to underwriting because the biggest thing, number one, we got to get them approved. Once you get them approved, hey, great. We've got them approved for something. What I've done is, like, for example, if I've got somebody that's kind of within that iffy range, right? Somewhere between like in the 50-year-old range, you're like, man, should I go term? Should I go whole life? Should I write an IUL? Well, this is what I do. If they're iffy and their age and their health is close. First, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna quote them for whole life. I'm gonna quote them for whole life. I'm gonna write the whole life, get the whole life approved, and then I'm like, hey guys, awesome. We just got you approved. Here's what we're gonna do. And I don't even give them any really in-depth detail of what we're about to do. I just tell them, hey, we got you approved for that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna try real quickly. We're gonna see if we can get you approved with this. It's just a little bit of a different coverage, see if they'll tell us yes. If they will, we'll make a pivot from there. So I get them approved with the whole life, and then I'll try to write an IUL. If it gets approved, great. I tell them, hey, we just got you approved for more coverage. But like I said, biggest thing is you don't want to have to pivot from a $200,000 policy to a $25,000 policy. So just underwrite conservatively, get them approved. You can always come back and flip stuff around right then and there. So
Did you talk about age range? I may have missed it. I was taking notes.
yeah, that usually it's like 50.
Okay. So 50 plus technically, I mean, we're over halftime at that point. Some people in the third quarter. Hell, unfortunately, some people in the fourth quarter, of life. Okay, I'm not talking about a football game here. But how do we like how do we prepare the client? That's the question. How do we prepare the client in case they are to get declined, right? Um, we sell a lower face amount concept, okay? A lower face amount concept. Because at the end of the day, mortgage protection is a concept. It's not a product, it's a concept. Okay. Critical period is a concept. A full mortgage payoff is a concept. Income replacement is a concept. Burial insurance is a concept. It's not a real thing. It's an insurance policy that we use to solve those problems. The concepts are the problems. You guys following me so far? I hope so. I feel good this morning. Just hang cleans in the gym. Feeling really good today, Tori. Okay. So if they've got any health issues, whether they're 47, 27, it doesn't matter. If they've got like, well, we had cancer 5 years ago. Okay, well, how many times did you have it? Only had it once. Okay, we could probably get them first day. Probably can't get them term though. And maybe we can. Maybe our like, but home certainty is a 7 year look back with cancer. Okay, maybe it's been 8 years, but there's only one company that's going to actually give them a shot to get approved. So what if, hear me, what if we got them sold out on critical period? We got them approved for a critical period, and then we just tried to get them a full mortgage payoff and we just withdrew it before it actually came out. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. How do I know? Because you're going to get paid and they're going to keep it. It's like, hey, something told me to just try, Tyler. And I'm not trying to like change up on you guys, but remember how I told you we could get you 2 years of mortgage payments for Megan, right? If you were to die, but it was going to be paid all the way off. It was an accident. Okay, well, turns out they came back with an approval, so we got the whole thing paid off, and it's $5 less. You're not mad at me, are you? Think they're gonna be mad at them? You know what I'm saying? Like that we just went from okay, at least we can get something to oh my God, that's life changing. You're the agent for life now. Okay. Now, question is how do you know when to go where? And that's something that we can't just I can't just teach you when to go where. You got to experience it. Like Abby's written like 50 grand in the last 3 days, it feels like. You think she don't know where she's going when she talks to somebody on the phone? She can probably see the lead, know where she's going. She knows how to anticipate it now. She's gotten the declines. She's gotten the frustration laying in bed at night staring at the ceiling fan, right, Tyler? Right? You're just tossing and turning like, damn it, what am I missing? That's when you figure this business out. You don't figure it out by listening to a training call, over and over and over again. Like, yeah, that's going to help. But if you want to get where you can just respond intuitively in the moment, that is a rep. That's repetitions. That's activity. That's why we say activity beats skill for breakfast. It does because activity, right? Activity builds skill faster than skill ever could. Okay? I don't know what Sean's talking about in the chat. $4,700. If they're 87, maybe, I could sell it if they needed it, if they requested it, right? Um, but we're solving like the face amount of a policy matters very little. Y'all do understand that, right? It doesn't matter that much. People are like, well, like if you ever get the question, let's just go over a couple things here. And I've gotten this question hundreds of times, so I know. But if you've ever gotten the questions, but yeah, like, but what's the, but how much is the check actually going to be for? You probably did something wrong. Okay, you probably didn't do something right, right? Like when I talk about full mortgage payoff, I'm not talking about a $232,000 policy, right? That's what it is. I'm selling what it does. Okay, you guys follow me? What it does for them. So here's the whole shebang in a nutshell, okay? Because underwriting is really the last piece. If you can figure out underwriting, then that means you should be through the learning curve already, okay? Or just work with your warm market, you'll get through underwriting a lot faster. But our jobs as professionals here is very simple, okay? We dial until we find about 15 to 20 problems a week, unless you want to find more problems. The more problems you find, the higher level problem you solve, the more you get paid. Pretty simple, right? But we're going to dial our face off until we find 15 to 20 appointments. That means they think they have a problem. Okay? They would not book an appointment with you if they don't think that you have that they have a problem. So we find 15 to 20 appointments, 20 appointments. And then here's the crazy thing, what we do. I'd say 25 appointments even better. 30, fuck, 50 appointments. It doesn't matter, all the appointments, okay? And then we call them, we get on the phone with them, we get their guard down a little bit by a good role and purpose, and then we find their real problem. What is that financial problem doing to them emotionally? We take their inevitable future and we pull it to their present. There's no pain right now. Why is there no pain right now? Because the pain's coming when they die. So let's kill them today. What happens if something happened yesterday and geez, Tori, not Tori, Megan, and you're left to bridge, I guess, this gap between your 2,700 and the $3,500 in bills. What would that be like? What do you feel like you'd have to do? We're painting a picture with our words. If you've listened to Nate Alford, that's all we're doing. We're just artists with our words. Okay. We're not painting a picture and sticking them in it. We're asking questions so they can paint a picture and then they stick themselves into it. You guys follow me? And then we solve their problem. Remember earlier when you told me you'd have to do X, Y, Z? So what this does is blank, 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 so that you don't have to blank, blank, blank. Make sense? Yeah. Guys, if you can get this, I know we just went from underwriting. I know Daniel, we just went from how do we make the most amount of money per product down to how the hell do we sell this thing? I get that. It's very simple what we're doing though. It's an inside job. They want it. They requested it. I've never requested a thing that I didn't want. Okay? Half the time I don't even request the stuff that I do want. Just go find it myself. So if these people had the nerve, the audacity, Liz, right? The audacity to walk out to their mailbox, to check the mail, which some people don't do. They read the mail, which I haven't done in a while, probably should, right? Read the mail, and then they thought, huh, let me fill this out and mail it back with their wife's height and weight on it. Come on, guys. You think they don't want it? Well, they had to think about it. No, no, you sold them on your idea instead of their idea. Okay. We're gonna talk more about the psychology of the sale this week. Okay, we're gonna get into some nuts and bolts. There's a lot of new people, but today, if you don't have 20 appointments, it don't matter how good you are at closing, you ain't gonna make the money that you want to make. Because above anything else, this is an activity game. Okay, you can have 7 appointments and be broke, even if you're ready at closing, or you can book 25 to 30 appointments. I keep changing the number. Let's just say more. Book more appointments and make more money. Okay. I don't know how good Abby is at closing. I have no idea. But I do know that she makes a shitload of phone calls. She buys a shit ton of leads. And somehow, weird, she makes a shit ton of sales. She's probably a shit ton better now than she was 6 months ago. Fair? Okay. The answer is just more. Excuse my French, but I'm talking about some real stuff today. You guys have a great day. I love you, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.